Hi, good morning, everybody. Oop, my computer was not muted. Hi, everybody. How are you? That is so emblematic of the morning I've been having. I am just difficulty after difficulty today. I managed to spray my foot with boiling water when I was making coffee this morning. My goodness, it does not bode well. It's only 7:30 in the morning for me. So, how are we doing? I'm well. Thank you guys so much for being here and keeping me accountable. I really thought about going back to sleep this morning, I'm not gonna lie. Um, I stayed up late doing writing actually. And I probably should have gone to bed and just said, "You know what? We're gonna get the words in the morning." But I didn't. So, I'm a little sleepy, I'm a little tired, but we have some good coffee here this morning. So, Frau Lou is here. Hello, good morning. I'm glad you're ready to get some work done. Bestie Malin, how are we? Um, and as usual, Malin is doing her work break, usually going to walk slash make my lunch during these as it's 12:30. And I hope that sounds good. What is for lunch? Let me know. I always love your lunches. They sound so tasty and lovely. Thank you, Pralu. I hope it was just a little bit of a morning curse. And now that we're here, we're all good. Um, but that's a great reason to stay up late. Yes, it is. Yes, I'm in to Act 2 now, but I'm still in Chapter 8, and I came up with a couple of scenes that I want to insert before kind of in between what I had outlined at the end of Act 1 and beginning of Act 2. So I'm making good progress on that. I think I can finish that scene this morning while we're together, but it makes me feel like I'm not making any forward progress because I'm not yet actually into the stuff I outlined. But that's all right. I'm just glad that the words are happening and the book is getting longer again. Because I was really, really slumping there when I was editing the video. I have a really hard time sometimes when I have a video to edit. I just hyper focus on that. And I can't really do both at the same time. So I'm glad that that's off my plate and I can just focus on Act 2. But let me know how your projects are going. Malin said pasta salad today, I think. Fusilli with avocado, tomatoes, and mozzarella with a vinaigrette. That sounds so lovely. I'm so jealous. I do not have anything that nice in my house right now. I had a really sad, like, not girl dinner, but girl lunch yesterday because we're going out of town starting Thursday, so we didn't do a big grocery shop this weekend like we normally would. And we're just gonna try and eat the fridge, as we say, and just clear out the house before we go. Um, so I had a really sad girl lunch yesterday, and I'm probably gonna have a sad girl lunch today. um, but love a girl dinner lunch too. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, friends. Well, we will get into a sprint. We're going to do 2 sprints and then I must away to the day job. That's usually about how it works out. Um, but I'm very excited. I picked out a really witchy timer from Jess. Let me get that up. Frau Lu is still working on my thesis. It's about what competencies are necessary for teachers who work with adults with Down syndrome. That sounds great. How close are you and um, do you have a time estimate or a deadline by which you need to be done? That sounds like a lot of work, a culmination of a lot of work. But a very cool topic indeed. 2 sprints sounds good. Still a bit in mine, LOL, but better than the last 2 weeks. Okay, good. In your slump. Yeah, I still feel a lot of resistance and I feel the urge to throw in the towel and be like, forget this whole, 90-day, 3-month business. Like, I just want to be a potato for the rest of the year. So I'm trying to find the middle between those two feelings. To know what mercury microwave bullshit that was, but clearly not in the mood. Yeah, mercury microwave can just go away. We don't need her. Deadline is 5th of November. Oh my goodness, getting close. I'm analyzing the interviews I did. I'm close to the ending though. Nice job. Nice job. That's so exciting. Um, and we will get us into a sprint then. So here she is in all of her glory. I love this spell book. So pretty. Um, let's do 30 minutes, friends. All right, here is our first sprint, so good luck. Oh, Jim is here. Yes, it is sprint time. He came in just in time. We will say hello by giving you a big sprint. Hope that's okay. All right, good luck, everybody. Alrighty. So that is the end of our first Witchy sprint. How did we do? I did all right. I only got about 278 words. I spent a lot of that sprint just like trying to figure out if character A knew a thing. Like, did I somewhere in the previous scenes have my character tell character A something? Like, do they know this? And so I just spent a lot of time thinking about like if I needed to find a place to weave that in, but then at the same time, like the two characters stayed up last night, all night talking. So I'm like, I think she told him. I think they covered this. Like, I don't know. I think it's all right. I think we can assume that this character knows because he's in on everything. So hopefully that's all right. But yeah, it was a little bit of a slower sprint for me. But let me know how it went for you guys. We had some friends join us, including Becca. Good morning, lovely. How are you doing? Thanks for coming. Jim joined us right at the beginning, as we said, and Malin hit that moody autumnal walk. It's very gray outside, and that sounds amazing. JK joined us during that sprint as well. Good morning, everyone. How's your Tuesday treating you? Um, I love this. Desk clean, check. Coffee made, check. Words done, 0. And that's okay. um, sounds like a nice reset moment. That sounds very nice. Rather than what I did this morning, which was like rush to my desk, clear the mess aside, and just like throw my breakfast and coffee down. And I'm still trying to find moments to take sips. So I'm glad you took some intentional time for those things. And as Fralu said, there will be one more sprint and maybe you will get some words in then or after. Malin's back from her walk right on time. Nice job. I hope it was lovely and gray. Words are words. And when it's a second draft, especially, yes, yes, exactly. I'm definitely having to let go of the words mindset. um, and just be glad that, this new scene is getting added. I think it's very fun. I am loving this new character that I'm adding to the book. Um, and she's just popping up in scenes that I did not expect. And I love that. That's kind of her whole character. She's very happy to insert herself where she doesn't belong or where she isn't wanted, and that doesn't bother her at all. And so I love that she's doing that to me also. um, but I actually gave Act 1 to Luke to read after I had revised it, and he was like, I can't imagine this book without her. Like, that is so important. And the dynamics make it so interesting. And I was like, yeah. It was pretty cardboard before. And so it's been really nice to see the book kind of get a little more layered and complex with her addition. Jim said, I'm feeling the pressure, so it's harder to write right now. I'm about to go for a 9-week job out of town, and I have several things to complete before I leave, and that pressure makes it even harder. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can feel that when you have like a ticking deadline like that and you want to finish a bunch of stuff for yourself, I'm sure, before you go out on this job. And you probably will not have as much ability to work on your own things. So I'm sorry for that. I hope you can get what you need to get done. And also with love, if there's anything you need to release and just say, we'll get back to it, I give you permission. If it means that you can go out on this job with a clear mind and not have like stress following you. um, yeah, sometimes you just have to make the decision to put something down, and that decision is important too. But thank you. For real though, for the Art of Summoning Demons, I got a column in my spreadsheet titled What They Know and Don't Know Yet. Yeah. I know. I think that's something I'm gonna have to do for this book too, is like what Hera believes at every point in the book as she is, uncovering the truth about certain things. Like, she gets closer and closer and closer until she understands, like, the whole picture. So that's something that I'm, like, trying to make a little bit better in this draft. Writing when there is pressure in any way is tough. Hope you can write again when you're back from the job. Yes, well said. Thank you. It's very fun. Best wishes to Jim. Proves it was the right decision to add her in. Yes, yes. And I have to thank Malin for helping me with this character because she helped me brainstorm so much about the dynamics that she would have with the other characters in the book. And once you said it, Malin, I was like, oh, that's so obvious. Like, why didn't I think of that? Um, so you're definitely going in the acknowledgments, bestie, because I can't imagine this book without those connections. So it's been very fun. Thank you, JK. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I would assume so. If it's within my power, if I'm self-publishing, then yes, I think ARCs would probably be a good idea. But I honestly have no idea about how this book is going to go to the public. She probably will be going under a pen name, which I would like to find some way to share with my audience and friends. But honestly, I have no idea. I'm still just trying to focus on writing the book, and then we'll figure out the publishing details later. It's a great plan because it informs her goal for each act two and her character arc. Yeah, yeah, I did. Something that did help is at the beginning of each act, I said, what is Hera's like want and need for each act? Like, so her wants are changing as she goes through the story. And slowly that want, kind of shifts toward the need as her character arc evolves. This I'll definitely do. Yeah, I will definitely put out a call when I'm doing betas, which hopefully I'll do around after this draft. So maybe like early 2026. Um, and I really want to find folks who specifically read dark romantasy. So if that's you, I would absolutely love you to help me out because I want to know how people who read this genre a lot how they feel about it. I'm trying to think of like some comps off the top of my head, and of course, everything is escaping me. But thank you for offering. It's extremely sweet and kind and supportive, and I thank you for that. Yes, it's so fun. It's really so fun. Yes, I have picked out the name. I don't think I'll share it just yet, but I have picked it out. So we'll see. Um, but all right, let us get into another sprint here. As per usual, I'm just going to shorten this one up just a little bit to give myself some buffer time. So let's get our spellbook timer back up. Um, mm -mm -mm. Let's do a 25. All right. So here we go. Here's your second sprint. Last chance to get some words in, or whatever else you're working on this morning. Let's get some more words / whatever else. So good luck. All right. Go, Ghoul, go. That was our second sprint. How did we do? I did well. I finished my scene, which is very, very exciting. And I was like just rushing at the end there to try and just put a button on the scene, just trying to find a way to end it. So I think I need to fiddle a little bit more with just the last couple lines of that scene, but I can pretty much call it done. And I'm very close to hitting my daily word count, which is exciting because it's still just the morning and we have so much day left. So I'm excited for that. Let me know how you guys did. JK said, I'm also trying to plan out how chapter 18 of Project Sugar and Spice will go. Already got about 700 words in yesterday night before bed, so I'm trying to think of what I want to happen in this chapter and future chapters. All I can say is some hearts will be broken before there's a happily ever after. Very fun. Yeah, this sounds a lot like where I've been the past couple of days as well. Um, I was on a stream or listening to a stream where Alyssa was talking about how she has like a brain dump that she calls What's Next on Glee. And so I kind of took that idea and expanded my outline for the next couple of scenes to just kind of give myself a little bit more detail now that I'm actually in that part of where things are taking place and what's going to be said. And so I've been enjoying having this What's Next on Glee document to kind of support me and my outline. So yeah, if you're a headlights writer like me, it's been fun. We also have some newsletters and Ko-Fi links to peruse if anyone would wish, related to Project Sugar and Spice, which is hopefully publishing next year. Malin made and ate lunch while watching an episode of High Potential. I have not heard of that. What genre is that? Thank you very much. That was quick. It felt like 5 minutes. Yeah, the sprints have been going by quick for me too. Thank you, Fralu. I spent the sprint mostly working through the logic of this penultimate decision of my protagonist, which has raised a new thematic question. So I'll need to make sure I go back and make sure it's all connected. Not sure how many words I added. I went back and forth around the zero draft, adding details. Ooh, this sounds like very intense, deep work. Big brain power. Yeah, thinking through the logic of this penultimate decision of my protagonist. This is so interesting. I'd love to know more about the decision that is at hand. Ooh, good stuff. Good stuff. It's a typical murder show, of course. All right, friends. This was very productive and helpful. Thank you all so much for coming and keeping me company. As I said, I definitely, like when my alarm went off this morning at 6:30, I was like, oh, cancel the stream. Like I did not want to do it. I was just really thinking about my pillow the whole time I was making coffee. But I knew y'all would be here. And so that helped me get my butt here. So I appreciate it. It's based off a French TV show. The main character is a cleaner for the police, but she's neurodivergent and recognizes the patterns others don't and helps them solve some crime, then gets hired. Very cool. What other show is that reminding me of? I can't remember. But yeah, I've definitely, it sounds like a very like common crime show setup, right? Where there's one character who just has a different way of looking at things or thinking about things. Very cool. Love the company during my breaks when you do these. Me too. Totally wouldn't blame you if one time you canceled. It's, yeah, I'm gonna try very hard never to do that. It's more often that I will just not schedule them. And that's why I schedule them so late, like the night before, because I really have to make sure that I'm in the mood to do it and we're gonna do it. Thank you. Thanks to you and everybody else. See you for the next live stream. It's got a very will they won't they duo with the main cop too, typical of Castle/Bones. Amazing. I love this dynamic. We're currently rewatching Castle, and I love it. I think it's so good. I mean, we're just in season 2, but it's so much fun. It's so silly. It's like the perfect amount of camp. Um, I really enjoy it. All right, thank you, friends. I probably will have a stream next week. We're going away this weekend, so I'll not have one on Thursday, but hopefully next Tuesday, I bet I will definitely be itching to get some words in. So please keep your eye out. Thank you so much for this. Not many words, but good progress. Excellent. I'm glad we could keep you company at least. Love Castle, even if some jokes age badly. Yeah, some parts of it are so early 2000s that you're like, oof, this is the messaging that I was absorbing as a child? Like, oh my God. All right, friends. Thank you so much again. I'm sure I will see you somewhere else on the writing internet and go off, enjoy your day. I'll see you so soon. Bye.